John McMullen and Jody McDonald here with you on Birds 365. The day after Jason Kelce became an ex-Eagle. He'll be an Eagle forever in the hearts of Eagle fans and all of Philadelphia as far as I'm concerned. But he will not be out there on the field. The familiar number 62 will not be snapping the ball to Jalen Hurts next year. He walks away on top as a first-team All-Pro player. He's going to be missed both on the field and off the field. And we were just talking about on the field and Cam Jurgens and what they're going to do off the field. Leadership in the clubhouse is going to have to be a shared responsibility. That's going to fall on a lot of different shoulders coming up in this 2024 season. All right. Are we ready to give Bob Grotz a try? He's there. He tightened up his shot so as to not show off his members only jacket. What is
like that, Chad?
No, that's not. Hey, I tried members only once, and it didn't work out. Yeah,
you're not a member. That's
no,
why
I was too young. I was too young.
You got to be.
I hate to disagree so early in your show, but do you really think Jason Kelce has played his last snap?
Yeah, well, that's where we're getting at. Bob Grotz, you
guy,
got him back already.
Jody, you won't see him in the locker room. He'll be in that locker room more than the rest of the offensive linemen.
He might be in a cafeteria, but I don't think.
No, he's going to be. Hey, you are not. It took the guy, John. What did it take him? Like 35 minutes to say that he didn't get retired?
He didn't get to. He was actually retired till about 35 minutes in.
He's still conflicted, and if somebody gets hurt next year, guess what?
All right, you were the first to bring that up, so I'll give you credit at Bob Grotz on X, StelcoTimes.com. A lasting goodbye by the Eagles, Jason Kelce, or was it? You already got Jason Kelce coming back. You're giving the people some hope. You found a conflicted guy.
He's still healthy. He still has been able to play at a reasonably high level. Last year wasn't his greatest season, but it was good. And just to walk away from it, I don't know that he could do 17 games, but if somebody comes calling, guess what? This guy, I mean,
now do you think he would
play? Whoa!
Here's what the conversation is going to be like, Jody.
You mean he's going to play for somebody else? No chance, no shot. Here's the percentage: 0. He's going somewhere else.
Oh, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that for 2 cups of coffee.
All right, you're right.
Well, here's all right. I'll throw you. Here's the curveball.
Here's the conversation with Kylie.
Creed Humphrey gets hurt in Kansas City. Kansas City needs a center in Week 10. Does he go try to win a Super Bowl with Travis?
Why not? What are the Eagles going to do? Hold him up for a first-round pick, a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I would do.
They're not going to do that. I mean,
oh, yeah, I would.
I think they still no, they you don't do
that. But by the way, guys, he's a free agent. He can do what he wants.
I don't know, John. His contract, the way it voided and stuff, I think they still have. I think they would still have some rights for another year.
I have to double check that.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that, but they have like 5 more years on it.
Here's the conversation with his wife, Kylie, like in Week 10. Okay. Kylie, remember how I told you I wasn't going to play anymore? Well, these guys need me. And you know how I am around the house. And you know what she's going to say? Go.
That's possible.
But the girls might not say that. He's got to run it by those little girls too. And they
by the way,
get out.
No, I don't believe Jason Kelce's playing for anybody else. I think he's done. But I did find it interesting when I read Bob's column. I said, I had not thought of that. So I give him credit for finding an angle I wasn't even thinking about. See, I took it as Bob. He took a long time working on that. I mean, years. And he's been talking about when he does retire, he's going to retire the right way. He wants to thank all the people that helped get him to where he is. He didn't write that in 2 days. That was maybe the talent. Somebody at Bob Grotz can do that in 2 days.
That was a one-way press conference like no other.
Yeah.
If you were writing a book, if you wanted to write a book about Jason Kelce, there's your outline right there.
Exactly.
And just fill in some of the blanks. So
this actually perturbs me that I'm going to help make a case for Grotz's ridiculous stance here.
Hey, and why
Here's
did
what
he
he
take
didn't
questions?
do. Because he didn't take any
Sorry.
questions, he won't be
Right.
going back on his word. If he decides to go back and play, it isn't like he said, here's why I'm not playing, because of
Right.
A, B, D. And if he goes back and plays, you go, what happened to A, B, C, and D? You told us that's why you're walking away, Kelce. He never did. He never explained. He just said, I'm retiring. So he actually does have a quasi side door entrance back in. I don't think he's using it like you are, but
I think
he could have made it more difficult on himself to potentially come back if he had explained to us all why he's stepping away right now.
Yeah. Hey, I think I see it's going to happen. I really think it's going to happen.
Oh, you think it's going to happen? So you're going that far?
Look at even the centers last year got hurt, except for him. You look around the league; most of those guys missed a game or two, and they were banged up heading into the playoffs.
So, other than Philadelphia or Kansas City, is there anybody else he would play for? Would he go play to any contender?
What about
That's what
Cleveland?
I'm saying.
Yeah, Cleveland. Schwartz is there. And I think Fletcher.
So that's my question. You think he would go play for any contender if he had a chance to go get?
Oh yeah, for Cleveland, why wouldn't he? He's done
all right.
everything.
Well, with Cleveland because he's from Cleveland.
You're
we'll expand it.
All right, so up to 3 teams.
We're up to 3.
This would not be a betrayal.
But say it's Los Angeles, the Rams are contenders. Because he's working for Amazon. Would he go play for the Rams?
I don't know about that.
He's not moving to LA. He's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, Kylie could stay in Haverford. They got he's got a huge. It's not in his state, but he's got a huge house. He bought the property. Yeah, he bought the property next to it, so he's going to be rooted there. But as we all know, you get on what is it, Frontier or Spirit, whatever it is,
Yeah,
no, you don't want to.
I'm guessing Jason Kelce won't be flying Frontier. I think he'll have a little higher accommodation.
He's on Air Swift right now.
Can I tell you guys though that the seats on Spirit are about
they're like folding chairs in the air.
They're like park benches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bring my own folding chair, and
not that I wouldn't take Spirit. I mean, I've taken it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to.
You got to do what you got to do when you want to get home. All right, I'm going to use a reference here that I know these 3 gentlemen, me, John, and Bob, will get because we're of a certain age. I'm going to give you a chance to be your choice, Bob Grotz, either Siskel or Ebert. You get my drift here? You know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert?
I think they both passed away. Is that what you're saying?
No. Just critiquing, being a performance critiquer. That's what they were. They're movie critics. For those of the young streamers who are going, who the F is Siskel and Ebert, Jody Mack? They were the most famous movie critics of all time. They had a television show that ran for years, every single week, talking about movies. So I'm going to make Bob Grotz one of the 2. He can either be the fat guy, which I believe was Ebert. Or Siskel, who's the tall, skinny guy. And they both could be harsh critics, or they both could be.
Ebert had a wig, I think, too.
They're known for their sharp and biting wit.
Yeah,
I'm told,
which is right up Mr. Grotz's alley. So
you're going to ask me about Kelce? Was he
about Kelce's performance yet? They were performance critiques. What was your favorite thing? What was the best thing about the 40-minute soliloquy that Jason Kelce gave yesterday?
Yesterday. Okay, I thought
yesterday.
Okay. Well, I really liked the part about how he said he thought he was going to get traded in 2016. That was really interesting. And if you look at his all-pro teams that he made every one of those after that season.
Right.
Yeah.
When he said Stoutland believed in him. So, which is another reason. I mean, the guy, usually you don't make the first team all-pro until, you make that in the prime of your career. His prime was like age 30 plus, which is, which is a testament to being able to stay healthy, playing through injuries, and knowing what you're doing, and being a real positive impact on the team. And hey, the offense, he could learn whatever offense, he had to go to if it wasn't the Eagles. And by the way, John and I have gone back and forth on this, but I think Landon Dickerson should be the center. I mean, he would be that guy. That guy is not only big and powerful, but he is really smart. He might be smarter than Kelce in the way he picks things up and doesn't have to see it a second time. He's ideal, I think, to be your next pivot. So what would you do at the guards? I guess you could, stopgap would be put Jurgensen on the right side and that rookie from Alabama. What's his name again?
Tyler Steen.
I can never remember his name. Just that his grandfather fell on a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Took a hand grenade to save the rest of his unit.
Yeah. It's a hero.
But you know what? I think Landon Dickerson would be ideal. I mean, what a strength you'd have going up the middle, and it almost doesn't matter who the guards would be. So, and I appreciate John doesn't think they want to break up that left side.
They don't. Jeff,
but
what Jeff wants, Jeff gets. Yeah.
There's changes coming. I could see Dickerson doing it, and it was a runaway, or it was a blowout loss to the Giants, but he was great when he played that in the second half.
Yeah, he was an All-American center. I mean, he was the
Remington winner.
Yeah, he was the second heir apparent to Jason Kelce. He was originally drafted to be a center, but then they got to look at him and Jordan on that left side, and they said, woof, 360, 340, and they just beat people up. They don't want to mess with it. You might be right. He might be better. He's a better player than Cam Jurgens, so he might be a better guard. He might be a better center, but somebody's got to play one position. Somebody's got to play the other.
And there are some free agent offensive guards out there that are pretty good. Like I'm not so sure about Jonah Jackson, the guy in Detroit. He was hurt this year, but he's an exceptional guard. You're not going to have to break the bank to get him. You'll have to pay him something, maybe a 2-year deal. He'd be awesome on that left side. He's a local guy. And obviously I'm a little biased, but he's very, very good. He played for Ohio State after transferring from Rutgers, and he not only played, he played very well. I think he was second team All-10. And with the Lions, his career is really, until last year, I think he'd missed 2 games in 3 years. So, you could go that direction too. Putting him at left guard next to Mailata would like that.
They've done it in the past with Brandon Brooks. They spent money, but boy, I think he's still going to get a decent amount. He's a good player, Jonah Jackson, and by the way, Detroit maybe has the second best offensive line, and maybe they'll have the top one now that Jason is retired. Yeah. So they have a very good offensive line.
They're very good.
Yeah, but if you take Jackson out of it, it comes down a peg. I don't think that's going to happen.
I agree with you, Jody. When he didn't play this past year, their record when the starting lineup wasn't intact, and mostly it was him. They were like 4-5. When he was in the lineup, they were 6-2. So, so you're right. They will drop a peg, but they're still going to be very good.
So I'm suggesting they're going to end up keeping him and paying him what they need to keep him, which could free up another Detroit Lion. And I know it's not his number one position, not his natural position, but he's played it. What would you think about a Big V reunion?
I think he's pretty banged up. Yeah,
I love it because I get to say Halapuli Bati Baitai.
Yeah,
I love it.
They can bring him in, be a backup guard, right, John? He's a flexible guy, plays all over the line.
Yeah, he's a natural tackle. Yeah, natural right tackle.
He'll be available, I think, for sure. He hasn't been able to stay healthy though, so I don't know. And he was healthy, which is ironic in that his whole time in Philly he was healthy. So
nobody knows Philly better than you, Bob. Well, and I've thrown this name out there because he's a good player, and we all know. Look, the Eagles. A lot of Eagles fans want the Eagles to draft Jeremiah Trotter Jr. because his dad was here. Trade for Asante Samuel Jr. John Runyon Jr. is a free agent. He started for Green Bay. He's only 26. He's not going to be super expensive. He's a pretty good player. He's not his dad, but he's a pretty good player. Why not John Runyon?
He's got some versatility too. He can play the pivot if you need him to. He did that for Green Bay. Yeah. There's some options. There's definitely options, and to me, I say the best move they could make is with Kelce not coming back at least the first half, maybe the whole season. Who knows? Maybe. But I don't think Kelce's played his last game. But I still think the best option
He's
right
clinging
now.
to this, man.
Doubling down. I love it.
If it happens,
I think
if it happens, Bob Grotz, I'm not going to be able to give you enough credit because you are a man on an island right now. Is there anyone else out there going, Jason Kelce, he might not be done yet, except Bob Grotz? I don't think so. And
it took him like 3 years. 3 years of saying, I don't know what I want to do.
That's true.
And
That's
then
true.
40 minutes of a press conference before he said it. I mean, it can't just be me. This guy loves football.
I didn't think of it. I gave you credit.
It's you, Bob. Oh, you're
no. Here's where I see the sliver. Here's where I see the sliver. Unlike you're with Cleveland, you're with Kansas City. If the Eagles are a Super Bowl team and they're 10-1 and Cam gets hurt and the backup center isn't good enough, and they say, hey, Jason, you want to come back and ride with us, as they said with Vic Fangio when they made him a consultant? You want to ride with us and win another one? Little sliver. I don't think he'd play anywhere else. I don't.
I think it would be more likely at that point they'd be 7-4.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I don't see that happening.
And that's why I say it's a tiny sliver, because I don't think they're Super Bowl.
Absolutely. That would have something to do with it. And if they're like 4-7, he's
not coming.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, but see, that is one thing he did cover yesterday. One of the things I always wanted to be able to say was I only played for one team in my entire career in the National Football League. If he goes and plays in Cleveland, that's not one team, that's two. So I'm with John. If he's playing anywhere, it's got to be here in Philadelphia.
That was a slip. That was just a slip, yeah.
A slip. Okay.
But wouldn't you? I mean, these questions should have been asked to him. But
would have been nice. Would have been nice to get some questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I respect his. That's the way he wanted to do it. It's his retirement, and so that's where we are. Very emotional guy.
Yeah, I had the over-under with weeping at 2 minutes. I lost at before the speech started.
Got buried.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody, I got some great shots at the back of John's head. I was sitting.
Really? You're in the row behind McMullen?
Some video. Yeah, he cannot sit still.
No, I can't.
He's a mover and a shaker.
Well, I was trying. I was trying.
He's a shaker.
That's why he's a serious coffee spiller. Because
I spilled coffee once. That's not serious. I was trying to get pictures of Travis because he was weeping. So that's why I was squirming. I was trying to get a better angle. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a somber moment for the Kelce family. And Jody, I tell you, the whole time I was there, I was waiting for Taylor Swift to come in from Japan or something.
Yeah.
Singapore. She was in Singapore.
Singapore? Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy rich Asians.
I got mad at Jody yesterday because Jody said Taylor Swift, who knows? Taylor Swift might be there. I forget what he said. I said, don't. Do not say that, because those people would show up. It would be a zoo traffic-wise. The Swifties, whatever they're called.
So John had to go to TMZ and just make sure that she was nowhere to be found in the country.
And luckily she was halfway around the world. So God bless her concert schedule.
And I said earlier on the show, Bob, in the showdown of all showdown, Super Bowl, Travis got the better of Jason. I think Jason's had the better career. I think he's a lock Hall of Famer. Yeah. They both are, as a matter of fact. But in post-career, I'm not sure who's going to have the better post-career, Jason broadcasting or Travis as a roadie. Now, hanging with Taylor Swift is not a bad gig. He's got to lug around some equipment, perchance, as the big guy that he is. But who do you think has the better post-career? Jason, or Travis?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Travis because of the Swifty thing. If that lasts for a while, he's still got that gives him something that's part of his resume forever.
Yeah.
You put that at the top of the resume. But I think Jason, he's and that's the other thing. Maybe he gets really comfortable with what he's doing off the field, and he doesn't want to go back. But I just think he's got a hunger. And I think we're going to be seeing him in the locker room, John. We're going to be seeing him a lot. I think he's going to.
I don't know. I think he's going to be out doing stuff with whoever he signs with, whether it's Amazon or Fox or whatever. I don't think he's going to be around, at least early, because I think he's going to have options.
Do you see Jason Kelce as a sideline reporter at this point?
No, but I think he's going to be
exactly.
in studio guy. In studio, I think he's got a great personality. He might just want to hang out with Connor Barwin. They're best friends, so who knows? He might hang around for that, but I don't know. I think he's going to get into the TV industry, and I think
he's more of a local. Wouldn't you say he's more of a local personality?
No, he's big because of the podcast and the Swift stuff. He's like a national star now.
A podcast that's in a different type of realm, though. No, I don't.
No, but because of the podcast, he's become a huge national type star. Kyle Brandt called him the most famous offensive lineman in history yesterday. I was thinking about it. I go, is that right? And he's probably right.
Kyle Brandt is a millennium, though. If it didn't happen more than what?
Well, yeah, that I agree with.
That's history to him. It's like
that's true.
I've watched the NFL Network, and they just, they love to throw out these things about like Barry Sanders was the greatest back of all time.
Jody just brought something up I was a little surprised by. I don't want to create controversy, but what the hell? I'll create controversy. You think Jason has a better career than Travis?
What do you mean? Post career?
No. He said Travis.
No, football career. Is that? Did I mishear you?
Travis had a better football career, right?
Well, I think that Jason's got a better chance to be a first ballot Hall of Famer than Travis does.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Travis is probably he's done incredible stuff, and the skilled guys, it's always easier for them to get in, Jody, the Hall of Fame. But I think they're both gonna,
Yeah, I think they're both Hall of Famers. But I think Travis is. What are we? 3 Super Bowls now? I don't know. He's already made an all-decade team. He's got to be at 10 Pro Bowls. He's got to be at 7, 8 All Pros.
Yeah, but by the time he's eligible for the Hall of Fame, he's going to be Mr.
Well, that's probably Swift. True, but that
could play against him. Taylor leaves him. He leaves Taylor. The breakup's going to be ugly, Bob. You know it. You know it, Grotz. When Kelce and Swift break up, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah. What's that song? We will never, ever, ever be back together.
I knew Bob was a Swiftie. I knew it.
I heard this. My girlfriend's daughter loved Taylor Swift. I'm telling you. And I got to admit, I like listening to some of that music too. When I heard it.
You like to shake it off. You like to shake it off. That's my only Taylor Swift song.
She is talented. You won't see me driving around though in my car doing interviews with that playing in the background though. You won't hear that.
You're not standing online with
I'm not there
with Devin Caney and Breland Moore for the Lincoln Financial Field concert.
Not yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet,
ever.
Baby.
Not ever. Prince of Darkness, we love whenever you join us. And I'm giving you complete and total credit. If Jason Kelce plays football again, it's only going to be because Bob Grotz
win.
said so.
You win.
He talked it into reality.
Yeah.
Bob Grotz said Jason Kelce will play in the NFL again.
Guys, I wanted to do the show with my shirt off, too, in honor of Kelce, but it's too dang cold.
Yeah, it is. It got chilly
again. What the hell? Yesterday was spring.
Yeah,
we'll have to out there this morning.
I'll do another show with a tribute. All right.
Yeah, we got spring and summer to go, buddy. You got a chance to take your shirt off. That's Bob Grotz, everybody.
Thanks, Bobby. You're awesome.
Birds 360.
Yeah, he was the only one. I read his column. I went, oh wow, Yeah, I did not. I see that. That is my only sliver, Jody. He will not play for another team if the Eagles are a Super Bowl contender and Cam gets hurt. And I don't think they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. So it's a very small sliver. He might come back to save him.
I agree with you. And you put the one other one out there, which was a caveat. If Creed Humphrey
Kansas
gets
City.
hurt.
Yeah.
But Creed Humphrey's got to get hurt. That's
Oh, yeah.
a big,
Oh, yeah.
hurdle to get over because, hey, Creed Humphrey could walk out in front of a truck today and not only be hurt, but pushing them daisies. So anything is
I don't want to
possible,
go that far. Poor Creed. I don't want to ruin Creed's day.
Well, the Prince of Darkness was just on with us, so I'm still feeling his vibe. Yeah, I guess that's possible because it's Andy Reid, it's his brother. He's already got Kansas City ties. That's possible. And no, I don't see that happening. And yes, you'd also need Cam Jurgens to get hurt for it to happen here in Philadelphia. Centers get hurt. I'm not suggesting centers never get hurt. They do get hurt. I just think that Jason Kelce is retired, and I'm taking him at his word, and I am going to bet against it. You'd have to lay an awful big odd to say, I'll bet against Jason. I'll bet on Jason Kelce coming back. You get a really big payoff for that. Don't see it happening. All right, McDonald McMullen coming back. You know what we got to do. In Jason Kelce style, we've gone almost 2 hours, which is more than the 40 minutes.
We're going to retire for the day after the break.
You ready to retire, McMullen? We'll come back. We'll put a bow on the show. We'll retire. Oh, and let me tell you guys, I've got some information for you guys for to potentially save some good coin. Birds fans, here's your chance to save 40% on your car insurance right now through one of JAKIB Sports' great partners. Here's what you need to do. Call one of the two managing general partners, either Jim or Fran, and tell them you're a friend of JAKIB Sports and Birds 365.
My name is Fran Salerno, and I'm a managing director here at Del Valle Insurance Group. Been in the business for over 36 years, saving people money on their insurance needs. Give us a call. Let us help you custom design an insurance plan that meets both your needs and budget.